Welcome to The Explainer. So today we're actually taking a pretty fascinating turn. We're going to deconstruct a highly intense cinematic script prompt. It's titled The Loneliness Epidemic Trap. It uses some seriously striking visual language to tackle a modern social issue I think we've all felt at some point, right? As we go through, we'll unpack exactly how it builds this dark, gripping narrative, literally step by visual step.
The script demands a visceral cold open right from second zero. I mean, picture this, 2 seconds of pure silence, a pitch-black screen, and then just a slow, heavy heartbeat. Right out of the gate, this establishes a super provocative, secretive tone. It totally bypasses easing you in and just drops you straight into this intense psychological space.
Okay, let's dive right into Section 1, the cinematic hook, and how it crafts an immersive atmosphere.
Before a full sentence is even spoken, this hook just absolutely seizes your attention. Out of that heavy heartbeat, you hear a deep, cold voice whisper, "You aren't just lonely, you're being systematically erased." Now, looking at this impartially, this is a very deliberate framing choice. It takes the feeling of loneliness, which, we usually think of as a passive individual emotion, and completely reconstructs it as an active external threat. It instantly cranks up the stakes.
To support that really heavy narrative, the aesthetic instructions are hyper-specific. We're talking cinematic, dark lighting, high contrast elements, and these deep neon blue shadows. It's painting a world that feels incredibly isolating and, honestly, a bit dystopian. Think of your favorite sci-fi thriller. That's exactly the secretive vibe they're going for to match that whispered threat of systemic erasure.
Which brings us to Section 2, the digital illusion, the whiplash of modern connection. Now, what's really interesting about this next part is the core paradox it highlights. We're welcomed to this loneliness epidemic through a really jarring juxtaposition. Having 5,000 friends online, but absolutely zero people to call at 3 a.m. I mean, we've probably all felt a mild version of this doom scrolling on a Friday night, right? It's a direct visual clash between the illusion of digital abundance and stark, actual emotional isolation.
To visually manifest this paradox, the camera direction dictates a sudden cut to a crowded, blurry street where only one person is sitting perfectly still. By contrasting a chaotic, fast-moving world with a completely frozen individual, that internal feeling of being completely alone in a sea of people becomes a tangible, striking image. It makes digital isolation incredibly literal.
Let's move along to Section 3, the systematic trap, and unpack the ideas in frame 59.
So, the absolutely crucial point is what happens next in the script. The text explicitly defines loneliness psychology as a trap designed by modern society to keep individuals weak and disconnected. Now, as an explainer, it's really important for us to note just how aggressive this premise is. When neutrally exploring this framing, treating modern disconnection not as some cultural accident, but as a deliberately engineered control mechanism. It's a remarkably dark, heavy lens through which to view human interaction.
And this architecture brilliantly illustrates the narrative logic we've been walking through today. Step 1, established right there in the cold open. Systematically erase real connection. Step 2, replace it with the digital illusion of 5,000 online friends. And step 3, the final result according to the script, keep the individual weak and disconnected. It's an incredibly cohesive, tight 3-act structure baked right into the prompts of the source text.
All of this leaves us with the ultimate, lingering question posed by the source material. Is modern disconnection simply a tragic accident of the digital age? Or, as this cinematic script suggests, a systematically designed trap? It's a heavy concept for sure, but analyzing how this script uses pacing, contrast, and dialogue to build its argument makes for a truly fascinating study in modern storytelling. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope this structural breakdown leaves you thinking a bit more deeply about the cinematic narratives we consume every day.